All right, we're live, boys. We're out here in podcast land. Now I have to try to line it up so they can see everybody. Oh, easy peasy. We're out here. We got the Santos boys. Santos
up?
boys.
Wait, so are the mics going already?
Yeah, they're going.
Oh,
We're about to be recording for iTunes in the building.
Oh, what
And
up,
they're there.
iTunes?
Yeah, we're here.
What up, internet world? Hello.
Eric, Nick.
What's up?
So you know. Yeah. And we're going, right? Okay. We're plugged in. Kevin, the intern's not here anymore. Kevin's taking a sabbatical.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin's
We miss you, Kevin.
Yeah, we miss you.
He's
We hope you're
taking
the best.
yeah, but he's on vacation right now. He's not podcasting with us. Thanks for today, boys.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a good
thank
spot
you.
to start.
Yeah.
We all got. What are you drinking first?
Michelada.
What is that exactly?
It's like a Bloody Mary, but with beer instead of.
Let me get a whiff of that thing. Let me smell this thing.
It's just like the store-bought one.
Ooh,
but you can
nice.
get like all, like making your own Bloody Mary, you can make your own Michelada.
Nice.
Tommy Sandoval does it all the time.
He knows.
And yeah, he knows. So, but when we were down south, they have like a bunch of different flavors.
Yeah.
So we got, it was the sesh.
That's your go-to?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think that they would be up here, so now that we're back and I found them today in the store, I was pretty stoked.
We're in New Bedford?
I think we were like maybe just out of town.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in.
Yeah, almost to Skater's Edge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Taunton then, for sure.
This isn't just up.
Oh, sorry about that. Alright, yeah, we're up. Nice. Yeah, so today what we did was, where'd you guys come from? Maybe start from which part of the lands are you from?
We're from Southern Maine, Old Orchard Beach.
Southern Maine!
Yeah.
We
Nice, huh?
actually started growing up in Newburyport, Mass. And our dad was a big part of getting the skate park built there.
Nice.
We moved as soon as it got built.
Oh,
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah,
we
we
moved to Old Orchard.
We were there till like I was 4 and he was 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I started 2nd grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick. And you both, alright, here's a question. Is it weird that you both shred? Your brothers are shred
I
and
mean,
you
he's a little better than me.
a little jock in there?
Well, our dad both taught us how to skate.
Oh,
like,
really?
Like really early on, like 2 years old. I think we were on a board.
Yeah.
Did
Or
your
at
dad,
least that
your
way
dad
he-
skated?
Yeah,
Oh,
he still skates.
Surf
What?
and skate, yeah.
Yeah,
That's sick.
he'll still come to
Old
Old Orchard
school.
and skate the ball.
Wow.
And, get some slash grind at
That's
the deep end.
that's a dream, dude.
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
sick.
best.
He's
guy
killing
ever.
it for sure.
That's rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, he always says you had a skateboard under your feet when you were 2, and we could, from what they've told us, we could push around on one knee before we could walk.
What?
So
Nice.
whenever someone asks how long have you been skating, I always just go from 2.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rad.
yeah,
That means
so-
you're learning the principles of balance at
Oh.
right then.
And he'd sneak us into pools and stuff when we were little babies.
Yeah.
Throw Nick in the deep end.
Yeah.
Dude, he would skate around with us in like a red wagon, and like his dog could toot. He always had an Australian cattle dog that's pretty infamous in the old school skate scene.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's way sick. man.
Chase him on the ramp and shit.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That seems like a dream, though, for sure.
Yeah.
As soon as I found skating, I was like, I wish everyone skated.
Oh, dude,
Like your
it's
parents
always
skate,
it's always been there.
and
It's
they're-
crazy.
So does that make? How's your dad? Is he like? He's a dad, but he's probably more relaxed than some people.
He's still kicking, dude.
He's still
Yeah,
getting out
yeah,
there for sure, but he's a
But I mean,
fire
as like a
alarm
parent,
technician.
like, was he understanding? Like, because you guys were both skating. He
Oh,
passed
Yeah,
skating
both of our
along.
parents
Bring
are
us to
super
skate
supportive
parks,
of
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally, dude.
But they let you have some leeway, like you can, because skating's like a little different. Get into.
I mean, I don't know when exactly, but definitely around, I don't know, preteen years, they were
Yeah.
just like, yeah, let us know when you'll be home. And I would leave 11 o'clock and during like 12 o'clock and just be like, I'm going skating, and wouldn't come back until 9 o'clock.
nice.
So I'd be gone for hours and then have no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was skating all day, which most of the time was skating all day.
Nice. How?
Yeah.
What? So you both are on. When did you? Both of you answer this one, but like, when did you get into like really skating? Because 2, you're just rolling around. Like as far as like trying to like.
Yeah,
We were
I
always
mean,
kind of skating.
It was always, around 4. At least for me, started standing up. So we were even on one knee. We'd cruise down the street and jump off curbs, and like we could ride a ramp a little bit.
Damn,
So-
you're shredding super early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was, you go out and you go skate every day.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, same. Just like
Yeah.
skating all the time. Once you find it, you just want to do it all the time. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
can't imagine finding it at 2. It's like a crazy concept to me. But I started when I was 13, and I was like, "What the hell is this thing?" You know,
Oh, yeah.
blew my mind right then.
Our dad used to just take us to all sorts of parks. Like there was an indoor one in Kennebunk up in Maine.
Yeah,
Like Rats. And,
it's not there no more.
No.
There is a park in that city though, no?
There is, but it really needs an
Sucks.
update.
Yeah.
It really
desperately
needs an update.
It's not an indoor park, is it?
No,
No,
it's
it's
outdoor.
outdoor. And
Yeah.
it's just completely out of date
Yeah.
and not taken care of. I did hear that they were going to tear it down and build a different one, but I feel like whenever a town says that, it's kind of they're going to take it down.
We're
and it's-
figuring it out.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to come
It might
forward and be like,
happen.
we need a park, and then you got to jump through all the hoops. And
Yeah.
We finally got
Everything.
one in Old Orchard after like over a decade of
That park's fun, dude.
hard work. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such
Yeah.
a blast.
Super fun.
And we had one in Old Orchard when we moved there, and it was all wood, and it just kind of fell apart after a while. It was closed for repairs, and they built a police station there. But it worked
Yeah.
out in our favor because the park's like right down the street. Like,
Yeah.
it's
8-minute
like 2
walk from
seconds
our
away.
parents' house.
That's rad.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty perfect. It's more or less what we've always wanted.
Yeah.
And supposedly we're gonna do expansions this
Oh, yeah, definitely.
year. But artists and the dudes that did New Nashville Park,
Yeah.
they're gonna do the expansions for Old Orchard, but I think they have a couple projects before they can get to us.
Yeah.
But we're on their list.
You're in the
which
queue.
is rad.
Yeah.
Because they love Artisan. They'd fucking make some of the best skate parks
Yeah,
for sure.
works of art.
Definitely. Every park I've
Beautiful.
skated from
Oh,
them is awesome.
They know
yeah.
they definitely know what they're doing. They got the eye for it.
Yeah. So, all right, let's jump around a little. So you were telling me a little bit of traveling.
Mm.
Where'd you go? You went down to Florida, like just full road trip style.
So
Finish your chelas. What are those?
it says chilada, but it's
Chiladas.
the drink's like it's a michelada.
Modelo. Yeah, nice. Good for you.
So for the past couple of years, probably since I was like 19 or something like that.
How old are you guys now? How old are you?
I'll be 24 next week.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll
24.
be 26 next week.
26.
No,
You're
in
the
two-
older
in 2
brother.
days.
Wow.
Or this week. I
Yeah,
guess.
this week.
Shit.
Well, I guess I'm this week. Mine's Friday, and yours is in 2 days. Right?
I'm
That's
36.
36.
Yeah, just to frame everything up.
Yeah.
You don't look at much.
Thank you.
look
Yeah,
much
yeah.
younger.
I want to look like I'm 9.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I want to look 102. How am I
Sick.
doing?
You're getting
Getting
there.
I'm on
there,
my way. Slow progress.
Yeah. You got time.
So
Oh yeah, so travels.
you decide to hit the road?
Yeah, so around like 18, 19, probably closer to 19, it was the first full year out of high school, and normal winter would be skate less, work more,
Yeah.
save money so I could kind of like fuck off and skate
What's work?
all summer, making pizzas.
Nice.
And but that first full year during like the winter time, my mom was like, yo, you can't just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
So you need to like go to college or travel. And I thought traveling sounded cool.
Not in college.
Not even college. I don't know what I would go for. I don't like school. I barely finished high school.
Fair enough. Me too.
But I did finish high school. Just
Nice.
saying.
Me too.
Stay in school, kids.
I had to go back.
Really?
Just
I had
summer
to go.
class.
I had to go to like an adult education thing
Yeah.
where kids were in there for dealing drugs at school, and then the cops showed up and they dropped their gun,
Oh man.
and then I was there because I just didn't do well.
Nice.
It was like
You
a
failed.
really weird difference, but it was cool. I had short days and easy classes.
Yeah.
But so around 19, decided to start traveling. Our friend happened to own, and I think still owns, property down in Panama.
Nice.
And my mom.
John
Yeah,
Sullivan.
what's up, John?
Pew. John.
Love you, John.
We'll talk about him in a minute. But my mom gave them a call and was like, yo, can Nick come hang out for a couple months? I had some money saved up from the summer, and I was getting over an ankle injury. And
What'd you do to your ankle?
I've been rolling my ankles way too much over the years, so I've
Yeah.
gotten multiple surgeries
Ooh.
just on my ankles.
Yeah.
So if I roll an ankle, it's 10 times worse. A
Yeah.
slight roll is a pretty average roll for
Do you have
everybody
anything
else.
to like? Do you have any system set up so you keep it strong?
whenever I hurt it and need to rehab it again, riding a bike is the best fucking thing. Or like doing the ABCs with your foot whenever you have free time. That's a solid one too.
That was like with my knee injury because I tore an ACL when I was younger, and then I just like kept rehabbing.
Tendons suck.
Yeah, the worst.
It's so lame.
But you figure out a way to get them to heal, and like you figure out a way to make it work. So, you know?
Yeah. They had to add an extra one to my left foot.
How you doing? Here you go.
Yeah.
Two.
Was it from a cow or something? Or?
No, it was a cadaver. It was a dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that one.
They're like, here's some dead person.
That fucking surgery sucked. So I've just for numbers' sake, I've had three ankle surgeries.
Who's counting?
Two on my left and one on my right, and the one on the left, and it's all been the same shit. Tearing the tendon that makes your foot go left and right.
Yeah.
And
the rudder.
the second time I fucked up the my left foot. They couldn't really do anything, so they had to add someone else's tendon and intertwine it with mine, and drill a hole through my ankle bone. So they once they intertwine it and get down to the ankle, they like pull the tendon through the hole and then attach it, so it's like really strong.
Yeah.
And that one was a little more rough to get through.
Yeah.
That was not fun. It was like definitely a low point.
Well, you were shredding today, so.
Well, thank you. I've been trying to stay healthy-ish,
Yeah.
They told me with all my surgeries so far, that you're young, you can bounce back, it'll be fine. Which I haven't noticed any sort of real hindrance, but I don't have any intention of slowing down my skating, so I feel like I'm gonna get hurt, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, you're gonna be fucked." But we'll see. Hopefully, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't fucking on.
As long as you try to eat well, and then don't do too many destructive bad habits that are just. So if you just stay sharp, eat well, and just give yourself time to rest, which brings energy.
That's one thing that just being a dumb kid, I never really gave myself time to heal, hence why I've had to get so many fucking surgeries.
Yeah.
And because I'd roll my ankle and be like, oh cool, I'm gonna be out for 2 days, 3 days, and just be like, let's go skate some stairs, like, and 3 days later, which don't do that. And
you forget that you were hurt.
Well, I was young and I'd be able to bounce back super fast, but then I didn't realize that my ankle wasn't strong.
Yeah.
So it would just keep happening over and over again. That led to surgery after surgery after surgery. But now I'm pretty good about like, oh, I'm hurt, I should chill for a little while.
You wear high tops now, huh?
Yeah, if I wear like a low top, it feels like I'm walking on stilts. Like I always wear Vans Skate High Pros.
Yeah.
And for years now, I can't fucking ride anything else. I'll go to 10 shops just to find the shoes that I need because I can't fucking ride anything else.
Yeah, do it.
It which sucks because I used to be able to, like, oh, I'll ride these, and then it was fine. But now it's not.
As long as the ankle's good, that's the
the important part.
Whatever you gotta do.
Yeah. And I did break my collarbone 2 summers ago.
Nice.
Like, completely in half.
Skated?
Yeah, I was bombing a hill.
Nice. Dude, bombing a hill can smoke you, man.
So this hill, it's in Dover. It's at a golf course, and it's a...
Dover, Maine, or New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Nice.
It's a golf course, and it's the golf cart track going down. The hill's fucking super gnarly.
Yeah.
But you're on this path that's wide enough for a golf cart.
Yeah.
And it's super windy. From the road, you can only see like a third of it or 2/3 of it, because then there's a whole nother section.
Yeah.
Like beyond, like once you get to the top.
Yeah, you're
and,
like, oh, there's more hill?
There's more hill and
fuck?
this gnarly right turn that you gotta make. And we went there, I think it was me, Chris Peterson, Wes Cunningham, Coral Guerrero, right? That's his last name. Somebody else was there that I don't fucking remember.
Good session though.
Yeah, it was sick. No one had ever really tried to do the hill before, and we drive by it all the time, going to the Dover mini ramp. And I was the first one to make it to the bottom, and it just ends to grass. Oh, and I had brand new 59mm wheels, and was like, got this, totally gonna just roll right into the grass. Forgetting that it rained the day before.
Oh, you're mucking.
So it was just mud, and I was hauling ass and just went bam right into the fucking grass, and just like just face and shoulder just sliding across the fucking wet grass for like 15, 20 feet.
What's he scorpion sliding for?
It was, and we were filming, but where Wes was on this fence on top of the first section of the hill, you can't see the bottom from where he was, even though he was at, he was a higher point. And
sketchy.
So I just disappear and the clip ends, but I get
you break your collarbone.
Ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, it broke and impacted, so it just overlapped. And I went in and they were like, "You really fucked yourself up."
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a pretty good scar too.
Yeah, that is a pretty good.
Yeah.
That looks like someone took a sword and got you there.
Dude. But I feel good. I got a rod and a couple screws in there, but this has been that's definitely the fastest.
Nice.
And just like not the worst surgery I've had to have, because being on crutches sucks, and being able to just walk around in a sling and you can still go hang out, go on a hike, or like go out and get a beer with your friends and watch them play pool or something. You know?
You're not completely immobile.
Exactly, and that's always the worst.
Where did we meet first? We met through motion, right? Through the jams at the park and all that stuff?
You and I met a little before that, actually.
Did we?
I went to an all-I-need demo at Rye Airfield.
Oh, okay.
I interviewed you.
Yeah, dude. I remember now that you said it.
Yeah, dude. I asked you what you thought about gay skateboarding, and you were instant like.
What I say? I hope I.
It was really good.
It's so good. It's so accepting and like, oh, it's awesome, dude. I was so stoked. Seriously.
Yeah. I hope I would be that way.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
All right.
I was reading a lot of like Big Brother magazine, and I saw you in there.
Yeah.
And then I saw you having a demo, and I was like, dude, I gotta
Did you film it? It was like
I
audio.
Recorded it. Yeah,
recorded it? Just audio or film too?
Audio. Yeah.
That's sick. What was that for?
Just
fun. Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It makes it even better.
Yeah,
I never thought of doing that. That's why I asked. That's cool. That's crazy. Was it a good session afterwards?
Oh, totally. Yeah, you guys were ripping. We were stoked.
So that's where we met, and then motion. We ended up going up to the bashes.
Yeah,
right?
Thrash Bash. You guys, dude. Yeah, you guys just like brought your crew, bought a bunch of gear, and
explain how that came together. That whole event, the park and stuff.
Yeah. So there's an awesome skate shop in town, run by the Tripp family. Barry, Sherry, and
shout
Jasper.
out to Trips. Yeah,
dude. They're holding it down so hardcore and just like supporting the community. Like it's unreal. I'm so thankful for them.
Dude, you guys sparked us to drive up into the Maine just because you guys were like, "This is sick shit going on." We're like, "We're in, bro."
So,
it was sick.
Yeah.
Live music and shredding and pizza. Kids, people were charging.
Yeah, everyone comes out.
All ages, all different people. We did best tricks in the parking lot, even out of the park. After the park was shredded. It was like full day of skateboarding. Sick.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, how'd that happen though? You just wanted to do something for the shop, throw an event?
Oh, well, it's more just about like the park itself and the community around it and like expansion and just showing the town how thankful we are for like them providing us with a place to be,
Yeah, that's so sick.
We did have to jump through a lot of hoops and jump some hurdles to get that place built.
Yeah. Totally.
Because at first they were not stoked about it.
Yeah.
And
maybe just because it was something.
I mean,
not
skateboarders kind of have the bad stigma of like, oh, drugs and alcohol and like
we were
they're
talking about
disrespectful
earlier.
and all that stuff.
More so than it used to. It still does.
It still
to some
does,
degree,
but
not as much.
I feel like no matter what you do, whether you're a skateboarder or you're a businessman, people are assholes. It's not like one group. It's just some people aren't cool.
Well, we were saying it was like because more people are aware of like what it takes to skateboard now. Whereas before they just judged it on surface value.
Yeah.
When I was little, dude, people did not like us. We were a nuisance. Felt like we were assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being loud and being kids,
Yeah.
I think it's destruction of property, but you're just benefiting yourself like emotionally and physically, and it's so
training for the Olympics.
Yeah. We were talking about that's what we're talking.
It's all about the points and stuff.
Yeah. He's being sarcastic. For some people, though, that's what I was saying before. I was like, because I liked it. When skating was really small, I always wanted more people to know about it. Because I'm like, this is the sickest shit. Like, more people it could help, the better, Because skateboarding was helping me. So, and then now, like, that everybody knows about it, I'm not bummed out. But with the good comes the bad, Like, if skateboarding's for everybody, that means you're going to have assholes, too,
That's
like
true.
Jocks and people that want to be in the Olympics and shit like that. Like, for me, I've never really I've never relied on skateboarding for, like, a competitiveness except through video parks.
Well, that just means hopefully that they'll build more skate parks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
That's what I'm stoked about.
with a lot of these big contests, I find totally repulsive is that they build these awesome concrete structures like in a stadium or something, and then they just tear that shit down.
They do.
It's
Some
like-
people, sometimes.
They've been pretty on top of it sometimes.
It
I
depends on the
sometimes-
case.
I
I've
see
heard
they
of it.
do try in some cases to give donate them to the town because
They really should.
I went to one when I was in Georgia in Kennesaw, and it's literally just a street league park. Like the street section is a street league park, and then it has a gnarly bowl, all pool coping with like stairs to go over and vert, and then this cool weird little flow bowl with like some hips but like metal coping, and it's rad. But like that place is pretty much there just because of street league.
Mhm.
But they definitely don't do that every time, and
No,
they should.
yeah,
It'd bring more people to areas in the states that don't get enough attention and
Yeah.
could use the money.
Skate parks make your town a destination.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude, for
Definitely,
sure.
especially if there's a skate community and people are all like stoked and know each other and shred all the time and like like you guys came to New Bedford today and that was cool. I got to share like where I grew up skating basically.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you guys.
Dude,
so
that's
it's
fun
cool.
as hell.
You see people skating in the streets today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, DIY like I agree. It can be a destination spot for sure.
So great.
Yeah, but I'm not like I said. I'm not mad at the Olympics because there are kids that want to do that. It's just like I was saying. That's a version of hell I would never paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would never paint that.
Hey, if it makes you happy, then that's cool.
Or I would paint that. That would be my hell. It's fun because like some people are good at it, but like to me, skating's always been like a little therapeutic, little communal. Like meet people, skate, and then video parts more than like winning contests. Contests were sick, and I did win a contest before. I placed in like I always did contests.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge, but it's like the polar opposite of the reason why I skate. You know, I fall apart when I look at. But
I get kind
some
of
people
bummed
love
out.
it. Some people fucking love it.
Yeah, I get kind of bummed out skating contests.
You surprised me saying that
most of
because
the time.
I guess they were at motion. You're already
the
ripping.
last one. Well, so it depends. It obviously depends on the contest, but I've gone to some that will be a local contest, like at the Portland skate park or something, and I'll be smiling, throwing jokes, and like normal session. And some people are just like,
Yeah.
throw you the cold shoulder, and it's just like,
Or
dude,
worse, they have iPods
we're
on and
that's
they're
the worst,
we're
especially
like
in a
killing
session with
ourselves
our
to try to
homies.
get a free skateboard. Like,
yeah.
can we at least try to have some fun while we're doing this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Smile.
Yeah, smile. Jeez. But it's
Yeah.
it's whatever. Some people there find it more important. Skating contests is fun. I do one or two every
Yeah.
once in a while. Like New England Am, I think I've done
You have.
every year for the past 3 years or something
Yeah.
like that.
Just right.
And that's always fun because I've over the years made some friends in New England that I don't really see.
Yeah.
And then I'll go there and see like 5 of them. It's like, dude, I haven't seen you in like 2 years. What's
Yeah.
up? And then we can get to skate the whole day together.
It's
And
more
it's
like a
awesome.
skate jam at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Than a contest. I mean, it is a
Yeah.
contest because it's fun to have that element to it. But ultimately, it's like the edit that comes out of those things that you're like, holy shit! Like, look at all these killers, you know?
It's
Like,
the same thing in Old Orchard Beach. It's
Yeah.
much less of a contest and just a jam.
yeah.
Good time.
And dudes that want to get down, get down. And if
Yeah.
you don't want to, you just add some energy somehow. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it happens. Yeah, the only thing about the Olympics, which is weird, that we made, that, like, is, like, it's going to breed a bunch of people that skateboard to, like, try to get into the Olympics.
Yeah, right. That'll be
You
kind
would
of
think.
weird.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
strange.
Oh, yeah.
But there are people that want to do that, like I said. But imagine them picking that for your reason to skateboard would be tough.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
people do that for basketball and football, and
Right.
that's what a sport is, you know?
Yeah.
I have a hunch that more people are just into skateboarding because it's like a lifestyle, because it's therapeutic, or because it's just not creative. You
Yeah,
can
it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
it's a
scribble
culture,
your
not a
line.
sport.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to. It can be a sport, but it's not owned as a sport, you know?
I never really considered it a sport, and like some people will be down on that. But go to Walmart and go to the sporting goods section, and you will not find a skateboard.
No.
It's in the toy aisle.
Or if you do,
Just saying.
toy aisle.
Yeah, dude. It's in the toy aisle still.
So
America is not looking at it as a sport. It's still a toy in the corner. That's my philosophy on it.
I'm fine.
If it moves over, sure, I could try to hop on that bandwagon, but
Yeah.
I don't see it at sporting goods stores. Not that I go to those, but like
Even if it was, it's just gonna be like owned by people that don't skateboard.
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It's the
Yeah.
worst part of the
Which is like
Olympics.
they're making up the rules in your skate world, and now you have to juggle all these hoops. Precisely why I chose skateboarding over sports was like there's no real rules. You can have any expression and do it any
Yeah.
which way, and you can enter contests or not, or you can film video parts, or you can just be the dude who goes to the park or whatever reflection of it.
Just skate a curb at night with your friends.
Yeah, it's not controllable. It's not the same.
No.
They're gonna try, and that's fine. But that's like I said, it's a nightmare.
The people,
It'll be fun to make fun of though, because there'll be so many jokes. Nigel already wears compression pants. He's like trying to ease us into it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, didn't you
awesome.
see him? I think he's just like they're testing it out. They're like, he has a team behind him testing out, like put on this nylon, and then it's like, let's throw it out there and see what people think. Like they're getting you ready for the Olympics. They're gonna be dressed up in nylon and like onesies.
Yeah, I saw the Olympic
It's gonna be a bobsled
logo
team.
is like a leotard.
Yeah, it is right.
Yeah.
Something like that, like a cup and a jock.
Yeah.
A bunch of my friends.
I skate because I like fashion, not because I want to be put in a fucking unitard or whatever.
Fashion over function, dude.
I guess we could draw on it.
Yeah.
A bunch of my friends from Canada, when skateboarding got announced for the 2020 Olympics,
Yeah.
they did a photo shoot with like full like nylon suits with like the Canadian. I think it has the Canadian flag like over their
Beautiful. Yeah,
their
rightly
shit.
where it should be.
And like
They're
they
twigs
they
and
went to a
berries.
track and they're all just pushing Mongo racing. it's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Shut up, Burling.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, the pictures are really funny, and one of them just has like a G string or
Yeah.
a jockstrap or whatever with the Canadian flag.
I
It's
can
so
picture it.
good.
Let me real quick. I'm gonna shout out Tim McKenney skateboards. What's up, man?
What's up?
He's saying the Chelada drinker. Shout out. Wingman says what up. Slink skateboard. YouTube servers are being whacked today. Keeps cutting off on me. Sorry, my G. Sometimes it's not a perfect science. Skate for the fountain. Nice. Slink all day. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So the Olympics don't bother me. My theory about the Olympics is that it's every 4 years, and the people that are in charge of the Olympics or jockeying in that, very little skateboarders. You know, there are skateboarders
That's
involved,
the
but
worst
like,
part.
and even the competition, it's like there's only a couple skateboarders, and it's mostly owned by all these people that don't skateboard. It's a big game setup for you to like for them to make money, basically.
The people making the most money off the Olympics aren't
Yeah.
skaters. and
It
that's the
might
problem.
It's the
it
same
might
with
help
X Games,
every
too.
4 years. There might be like a bunch of people that like get into skating because it's on such a big platform, but like I still feel like a lot of them might turn on, but then they might just be like either they're going to be a skateboarder or not, because it's not like everybody is a skateboarder. The thing I like about skateboarding is that it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's not for
It's
everyone.
not
No, it's
easy.
not easy.
It takes you got to be a little crazy, and you got to like
Oh yeah.
you got to be obsessive, and it's like not everybody is a skateboarder, you know.
But everyone can skateboard. Don't-
Yeah,
don't
if
get
they
us
want
wrong.
to be, they
Yeah.
want to be. Yeah. Well, that's my
Once you
beef.
put in your time, you can be a skateboarder, but
That's
you're
my
just
beef
picking
with-
up a skateboard to ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
You can
difference
ride a
between
skateboard if you want.
Yeah.
You can skate, but then you can be a skateboarder.
Yeah.
It's different.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta put in your time for that shit.
That's my beef with the scooters, is because they're out there and they're doing. It's like, to me, it's like a watered down skateboard. It's actually a skateboard with a handicap, because like once you learn to balance without a handlebar, like you just skateboard, you would never want handlebars because it would restrict your movement.
It's like
front
having
side, back
it's
side,
like
you'd
having
be
training wheels on your bike.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
step backwards. So, and those kids, they do all the upside down twirly birds and stuff, and they're all looking the same, and and it's like I can't clap the same. Your hop is a hop, and ollie is a whole other thing you have to learn to do. Like it's not free, you know. Like I know your scooter, you can hop for free, you just pull up or whatever.
Mhm.
So like, but yeah, that's where that ties in, because I'm like, I have nothing against scootering, like do whatever you want, but it's not skateboarding.
There's a time and a place for it. You know?
Yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead. But there's levels to this. Like
And also
skateboarding, to me,
stay
is like
stay away. Like don't get in the way. That's my biggest pet
Yeah.
peeve is like, you know, bikers. They know like the turn based thing. So I don't know
I never
how
thought
many
of that.
times I've had to fucking be like, dude, you're in the way. You're like standing in the middle of the park. Go over there.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Some little kid will show up on a skateboard and realize like this guy's trying to do that thing.
Yeah.
I need to not cut him off or whatever. And then some kid will show up in a scooter and just be like do and like
There's
go
just not enough
everywhere.
park. There's
Yeah.
no park etiquette, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate they don't have like older dudes like we do at the park.
Yeah.
Like take them under their wing and like be like, ew, like wait your fucking turn, you know?
I think because it's hard to be like a 25-year-old scooter rider next to like a 30-year-old skater with more style and control, and like doesn't have to hold on and can do
Yeah.
backside disasters where you don't look like you're bunny hopping backwards. Like
Yeah.
it's too rigid and conformed. It's not the same thing. That's what I tell them. Like, look, dude, go, because I hang out at the edge a lot, and the kids are all scooter riders, and they're like, I can see them. They like want to partake, and I'm like, you can jump in and whatever, but it's not this, like, I can't be clapping the same, like, it's just not the same, like, you're cool, I like you, we can hang out, but I'm not gonna, like, dumb the ollie down to please you because you're out here on a scooter too young, you know, like, you're gonna have to try the opposite or whatever, you know, like.
And dude, like,
that's fair, right? Because I love ollies and skateboarding. I'm like, I know the fact that each of us put hours into ollie and not have a little bar, like, you literally learn to balance, you know, like, I don't want to diminish that by just being like, yeah, it's the same. Where people are so PC now, they're like, everything's the same, and fucking, it's not. It's not the
just
same.
try.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Participation trophy.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it and try, but like, it's not the easiest thing in the world, bro.
And dude, those things cost so much money these days.
I know they're getting robbed. Dude, the parents are selling me $400 for a scooter that's gonna like fall apart.
And they're just gonna give it up. They're gonna give it up so soon.
I know. Well, hopefully, that's the best thing that could happen to them is they try something else. The only thing I'll say is I like that they're rolling.
Yeah.
Dude, when kids are rolling,
that's cool.
I'm down. And if they're at a park, if someone just like explains to them, and I kick it with them because I do the lock-ins and we do dodgeball, we connect, foam pit, connect with all the kids, scooter kids, coolest kids, some of the most athletic ones in Sharp too, but they're just like gymnast style, almost like double flips and shit in the foam pit, and they're like little scooter riders. They like, but skateboarding is completely different. That's my only beef with all that thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been funny because more kids like they just want to try skateboarding eventually. They hit a certain age and they're like, yeah, you're right. I just want to fucking try to ollie for hours.
Well, that's what
it's more rewarding.
That's what we've been doing, or have done already at the Old Orchard Beach Park because we don't, no bikes, no scooters, or at least we try. It is enforced by the police station next door, and the town doesn't want it.
Yeah.
There's already a lot of damage.
The concrete.
Yeah. So it's specifically a skate park.
Yeah, and it's a skate park by-in for skateboarders.
Yeah.
And dude, we put.
We were the ones that went to the committee.
I was on the rec committee going through high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, and like,
that's precisely what the scooter kids, the work they need to learn to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone's like, here, you're lit. Here's a Supreme shirt. Yeah. Get out there, Johnny. Way too young, clueless, high on sugar and Red Bull. You're like, who gave you $20? And are you 9 and like running around with this metal thing, whipping it at people's faces? That's some version of that I see.
Pretty much. But all the kids that used to show up on bikes and scooters, we were like, yo, like, you can't do that here, but like, I have an extra skateboard in the car.
Yeah.
And now they all skate and they rip.
I'm so proud of those kids.
What's up, Old Orchard Beach Skate Park? Everybody.
Yeah. That's like, I get happy when I see them convert. I'm like, wow. I never really tried.
So stoked. And they were all like showing up by themselves or maybe 2 at a time. There's some brothers that show up. And now they all show up together on skateboards.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know how else to explain this to other people around the world, like
everyone listens to skateboarder for sure.
And it's really cool to see all those kids, and every time I see them at whatever park, they're always got some new trick that they're stoked to show.
These kids are forming bonds and friendships at the hub for the rest of their lives. And they're the new generation.
That's
future's bright. It's fucking awesome. Dude.
I was telling you about Elle, my new favorite skater. She was at Somerset, and she had to be like 6 years old, but fucking determined. She was annoyed I was talking to her because she was trying to skate. That's when I was like, what? It's like, look, 6-year-old girl's out here. She's just pushing, kick turning, pushing, falling, getting back. She did the same line for like 2 hours, and then she'd add something new onto it. I'm like, self-driven, like didn't even like, wasn't looking up at people. She's getting in the lines. We're all on top of the pyramid, stacked up, trying to do the lines. Getting in the mix, like I was like, what the fuck is 2019? Awesome. We out here,
dude.
Like little L.
This one kid I'm so stoked on is Tony Harmon.
Oh, Tony rips, dude! Really shout out Tony. I've been watching him progress. He's been through an injury, and he's still shredding.
And dude, he has a rough home life, and that's getting better. But like, dude, he's got skateboarding, and he's going for it. He's learning new tricks.
Yeah, he's ripping,
dude.
Yeah, skateboarding will help someone like that. For sure.
And he's such a rad dude, and I'm so proud of him.
I remember when I met him, he was like very like determined, which was sick. Yeah. Like, and he was like.
Every time I see him, he learns 3 or 4 new tricks.
Yeah, his style's getting way better too. He's going from like little kid to like figuring it out. Yeah, how old do you think he is now?
He's 16.
16.
Yeah. I've watched through the Instagram because we're connected that way.
And he's got a car now, so you can just he can just go everywhere.
Tony, come get in trouble.
Stay out of trouble, Tony.
Have some fun, but stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He used to always be like,
I tell him to
dude,
drop in. I
Eric,
think
sponsor
actually.
me, put me on the team, dude. And like
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, dude, you gotta earn it.
Yeah.
And dude, he finally did. And he's so hyped. So
Oh,
hyped.
that's
I'm so
sick.
hyped for him. And
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool
Yeah.
to see that, man. That's what skateboarding helped for me, man. Like we were talking a little bit on the drive today. We went and skated all day in New Bedford. That was so fun. You guys had
Yeah,
fun?
it was sick.
Yeah.
So much fun.
The DIY spot.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go there for a while,
Yeah.
and I've seen pictures and videos and stuff, and I think Wes was like, "Yo, we should go here." I think this was last summer, and it just never happened. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked that we finally got to go.
Yeah.
Cause, it's always looked like fun, and it was a good time.
Dude, there's tons of stuff down here. So anytime you guys come back down and
Hell yeah,
we'll do it again, I'll take you on a whole nother way.
Sick.
sounds
And
good.
as you can tell, I like street spots too. It's hard not to go to them, you know?
I like to skate everything. Handrails are a little weird, but like,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Depends on the day, right?
Yeah, the day, and I don't know.
I'm 36, so like, and when I was coming up, I really like skating big handrails, like super addicted to handrails because it's fun and it's like slightly dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
But now at 36, I'm like, you know, like
do I want to
finally-
be sore for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, or like, I don't know if I want to take that slam, you know. I'm finding the line, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
much of a street skater, but I like doing it. But
Yeah.
I started late because we grew up skating pools. And
Yeah.
If I remember this correctly, there was one day, probably like a weekday, my dad just got off work and I was like, "Hey, can we go skate?" Like there was no park in the area really, and he was like, "No, I'm tired." And he didn't want to go skate either, or was like, "Oh, we're not going to a skate park. Like it's cool, like because you know we grew up skating pools."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I want to go skate." So I just went outside and skated around town.
You're
And then,
smashing
that
around
was
shit.
like, I don't know, 13. So then I started finally skating street.
Yeah.
But it was different because learning how to kickflip was just so fucking hard. So
Tell me
it'd
about
be,
it.
yeah, it'd be a different,
Still.
like, let's go skate,
I wanna
let's
hear.
go skate the bank down the street and pretend like we're skating some pool.
Yeah.
You know, so I can kickflip and do like some ledge tricks here and there, or like jump down some stairs, but I'm more stoked about like a bank to curb or something like that.
Yeah.
That's way more fun,
Yeah, that's
in my opinion.
well, it's rad now because skateboarding is like what you make it nowadays. So like
Yeah,
we all have
everything's kinda cool.
phones and microphones and like you can portray any type of skating now. Remember for a while it was like magazines and videos and like to get in the magazines and stuff you'd be skating big handrails or like there was trends of things that people wanted and that was like the industry, you know?
Yeah.
That's when I was coming up. It was like people were just getting gnarly and there was checkouts and all that stuff. And then now it's just kind of like wide open. The internet came and like everybody broadcasted a different version of skating where you're like, dude, people have spent so much of their time doing some strange shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh,
Who was that guy that did the whole dumpster part?
I don't know, but that's awesome.
I think he rides for Welcome, and like every single clip, he does something on a dumpster. And it was just like that's genius.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Way to take it to the next level.
My homie Abe, he just wears orange. Orange man.
Yeah, Orange Man.
That's his thing, and he
Yeah.
does it well. He's
Hell
the
yeah.
best man doing it, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's
Super
anyone
creative, yeah.
else.
Our friend Ian has a pretty funny idea of a part of just bank skating,
Yeah.
but not banks, but like skating at
like
banks,
for,
like actual.
for citizens or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Bank of America.
Yeah, yeah.
We used to skate a manual coming up, and it was the Bank of America manual pad, and the tellers people pull up all day, all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that you could do
It'd
it.
be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
It'd be, I mean, where we're from, it'd pretty much just be like skate this curb at this bank and skate this curb at this bank because we don't. That I think that was another pretty big hindrance for street skating when I was growing up is we don't have spots. Like,
Yeah.
No, almost.
in Maine, right?
But
Just
yeah,
like-
well, Old Orchard Beach. I mean, at Portland, there's some stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's still far and in between and lacking on a whole nother level. But I'll go to any other city or town or whatever and be like,
yeah.
you guys have so many cool
Portland's like
spots.
beachy too, right?
It's
little bit.
like waterfront.
Waterfront,
kinda,
Yeah, there's
port.
good spots.
There's
Yeah,
some gems. I'm
there's
sure.
some stuff
Yeah.
that you can put together, but Old Orchard Beach, it was rough. There's maybe two ledges, plenty of curbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
downtown's fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
downtown's fun. It has like a fountain, and they put a top on it during the off season,
Yeah.
so it's like a big one stair,
Yeah.
and
That's it.
probably like 4.5 feet high or something.
Yeah.
And some of the planters, they use the good paint, but the planters are really high, like probably taller than this table.
Yeah, that's
And
high.
so you gotta have some pop.
Yeah.
But the bottom of the fountain is, so you gotta skate like a weird curved ledge, like the opposite way that you'd want a curved ledge.
Yeah,
like
it's not
out,
perfect.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's fun, but it's hard to learn on, you know.
Yeah.
Like just doing like a 50-50 or a Smith grind
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
pretty fucking hard. You
Yeah.
know?
I like to think of Old Orchard as like the Venice Beach of Maine or
Yeah.
like New England, you know.
Yeah.
And growing up, my favorite like street part is like Tim Jackson, and I could kind of try to emulate some of his stuff.
Yeah.
I can't do much of his like wall crawl crazy shit.
Was he skating Venice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, check out his. It's like Wheels of Fire or Streets of Fire.
Oh, Streets of Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those two, dude. And like, oh man, it's
That's
so
sick.
sick.
Yeah. Oh, I was telling you on the way over here, I was like, I love where I'm at because I'm near so many cities. I'm an hour from Boston, half an hour from Providence, and then New York's 4 hours. So I'm near all these, and then in between are all these crazy cities. And it's like, now with skateboarding growing or just more people being aware of skateboarding, it's crazy now. Like, literally just go on tour all summer to all these skate parks and stuff throughout New England. Like, we even went up to Motion, you know what I mean? You guys are a destination up there. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
that was one of the things we tried to explain to the town, and it immediately first year, van loads of people were showing up. They would just be like, yeah, well, we were on vacation at whatever town and heard this place got built. I was like, dude, why is there not a town official that we can just be like, see, I told you.
Duh.
Like, but at one point there was some kids from France on vacation, and they were like, yeah, we brought our skateboards and we had no idea this place was here. It made our vacation.
That's insane.
Yeah,
It would make your
Yeah,
vacation.
people drive from Canada, from states all the time, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
it's definitely one of the better pools in Maine.
Yeah,
I
one of
mean,
the only.
you could go up to Lewiston, but I feel like most of the time when people come to Maine to vacation, they kind of stay in southern Maine.
Yeah.
And Lewiston's like an hour.
It's like
from 45 minutes, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
We did
From Old Orchard, and Old Orchard's
Lewiston's sick.
We did
yeah,
both.
Lewiston's sick.
Yeah.
It's the
But
best.
it is like a little bit out. Like you definitely are.
Yeah,
distance
you're
from
you're
each
going a
other.
little bit further up, and I
Yeah.
feel like people that are coming from Florida or whatever on vacation, they just drove up the East Coast. They don't like driving another hour after doing that, and believe me, I've done it many of
You were
times.
just driving today.
I don't want to fucking drive like after driving up the East Coast, and then my kid being like, not that I have a kid, I don't have a kid, but if my kid was like, oh, can we go an hour north to skate? I would say no.
Come on.
Yeah, like no, go outside.
What the fuck, bro? I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
Instagram.
Fuck. I want a
I'm gonna be Instagram famous and never see you again.
I want a scooter. Shit's lit.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
Legitness.
A lot of the mentality with little kids at scooter, I love them all, but they're out there because they just want to be lit 100 without effort. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Without much effort. And they get it. And people are like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, it is fine. To a point.
Yeah,
Till
it
they
costs
get to, like-
$600, you know?
Yeah. And then they hit a certain age and then you're like, okay, what are you doing? You're still just lit, like 600 or whatever. And it's like, no one ever made it. Like, I'm sure there are cool people, definitely. But no adult scooter has made it to, like,
You don't
Inspire
see the
corporate
inspire the
50-year-old.
kids.
You don't see the 50-year-old scooter out there.
Yeah.
There's old
We can't even get one for our lock-ins. Like,
Really?
we did. We finally got this kid, but we had one before, and he just, like, became hit puberty and then, like, bailed on everything, I think.
Yeah.
And then, like,
She's still riding?
I don't have a clue. He just went off. There was another good kid that came in and tried, and he, like, went to the army, and,
That's cool.
but he was a little lost at the time, but he was, like, I think that maybe helped him out, but, like, he was just out there trying to be lit 100, though, you know, like, without much effort. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, he tried. Like, no one was mean to him or anything. Like, I was like, but I think it's just, like, it's not engaging enough to, like, keep it, to be sustainable, I think. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, skating's more rich. At least there's a depth to it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. There's more community, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
But I always am fine with it. Like, if they want to do it, but, like, if it's up to me skating and them, though,
Yeah.
I'm skating.
Dude, as long as it's not
Yeah,
an Old Orchard,
it's a
it's cool.
standoff.
Like,
I'm
Yeah.
skating, bro. You have to share.
I've slammed into enough scooters
Yeah.
that I'm kind of like,
You feel bad.
I feel bad,
but they deserved it.
A little.
Oh, evil.
Sometimes.
We're going to hell.
We're going to hell.
Bikes hurt worse to
Yeah,
ride.
bikes
Dude,
are
bikes will
worse.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
But then I
Well,
can
jump off of them.
I can respect that shit because
I know.
they'll fly through the air.
You want to do this
and
talk?
they can't bail.
I know.
Like, or they can, but you gotta throw like a giant piece of metal.
It's different
like,
levels.
That's
yeah.
kind of fucked
They
up.
get really.
That's why with like
Yeah,
the kids
for
on the
sure.
scooters, you're like, like you're in the middle because you're just kind of like can't make your mind up. You're not really trying. You're not fully focused on one or the other. You're in the middle with a little like whippy.
Yeah, yeah. Standing there like whipping it.
Yeah, it's not like a bike where there's real
smashing
consequences
in
or a
the shin.
skateboard where you have to really learn to balance without holding on. It's like the easier route. Maybe I once read an article from Rolling Stones that fucking dissed every millennial scooter rider in the world, but they didn't do it on purpose. The article was like complimentary to them. It read like someone's aunt, angry aunt, like a scooter kid's aunt was pissed off and wrote the magazine. It was Rolling Stones, which is hard to believe. Someone printed it out and hung it at the skate park. It read something like, "It's the millennial choice of sport, scooter riding," and then it goes on to be like, it has the same disruptive spirit as skateboarding minus the steep learning curve. What would skateboarding be without the hardness of it? It would be too fucking easy.
You gotta earn it.
They said the whole millennials were choosing a scooter because it was easier. And they were saying it in a complimentary way. I read that article and it broke my heart. And then what double broke my heart is the fact that someone printed that out and put it at the park like scooter propaganda. I'm like, what the fuck? Think of the person that was like pissed. It was probably some little kid's scooter got angry and mad and told his aunt, and then she's like, I'll show them, and print out an article from the Rolling Stones. It's fucking weird, bro.
Top you off.
Oh, sure.
Driver's left.
Oh no.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I've had enough
Sip off
coffee.
of mine.
I'm glad that you like black coffee too.
When in Rome, man.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, let's move forward. So, congratulations. Let me high five you. Pro.
Yeah.
That's a fucking.
I actually
dream,
have the board right here.
Pull that thing up. Pull that thing up.
What is
Excuse me, Eric. Let me just get a shot of this real quick.
what is pro?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's actually a question I wanted to have on the podcast. We sometimes get to that one. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I feel like when someone invests like thousands of dollars in your name and like throws your name on a board with some rad art and gets you like so stoked, I think that's some form of pro.
Yeah.
You might not be making money.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's
they
sick.
might not be making much money either. You
Yeah.
know? And it's just all for the love, dude.
Yeah.
But then, you know, back in the 80s and 70s and stuff and 90s, whatever, like it was a lot like more. It wasn't as easy to like make your own skate company. You
Yeah.
know? Now there's like
Today it's possible.
so many. You know, like you can just do it on the internet.
Agreed.
And like
and the skaters back in like the 80s, like Tony Hawk, for example, they weren't really getting paid.
Yeah.
Like Tony Hawk said that one of his first royalty checks was for 89 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob could give us 89 cents and put our name on a board,
Yeah.
so we're pro. Like,
well, you used to just have to check off a box.
Yeah, a box
like
in a contest.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
You're
would
pro.
skate with the pros, and that's it.
That's
You're
sick.
pro.
That's how Tony Hawk became pro. Check
No
the
shit.
box, yeah. That's
Well,
it.
so like, to me, my definition of a pro, if I had to define it, because I always like wanted to be pro. So my idea is someone who's like a lifer, that clearly isn't going to grow out of skating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who does it a lot, so they got to be kind of obsessed with it, because you have to forge style. That's the skating.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
forge style through repetition and like applying your energy and life force into something. So like someone who really wants to do it, you know, like they want to go see where they can take their skating, and they've done it for a long time, you know. Someone who's brave can put themselves out there, video parts or traveling, meeting people, like connecting, like doing podcasts or whatever the hell it is, you know. But like, yeah, to me, a pro is someone who like loves skateboarding and wants to do stuff for skateboarding. You know,
Yeah.
you guys seem like that way.
I mean, we're not stopping anytime soon.
It's all interpretation,
Yeah,
really.
because there's a lot of people that are lifers that they're more pro than a pro that's getting paid to be pro.
Dude, I mean,
They're just pro at life and skating.
there's dudes that are so good at skating they should be pro and they don't want to be pro.
Yeah,
You know?
or they're just they just either didn't take on to do it, or they didn't get a sponsor, and they're still just ripping because they rip. You know, like
Yeah.
that wasn't a thing that they were aiming at. Yeah, But I think the pros are people that understand that they have some sort of responsibility though as a skater. That's like part of something, you know.
Yeah, be a positive role model.
Yeah,
we're working class pros.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
One of my favorite skaters these days, Greg Harper. He rides for American Nomad, and I think he rides for Speed Lab too. He just got through a wheel not too long ago.
Hell yeah!
But does like construction, or I think I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
But I think he like bartends too. Like he has a day job.
Yeah.
But he also has his name on the board and has a pro wheel and gets in mags and shit, and he rips.
Yeah.
And he's really fun to watch. What's up? What's up, Greg?
Choo.
Let's skate sometime.
Yeah, the dream don't work if you don't, right?
Yeah. And he's out there killing it.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing it for sure.
That's awesome.
But, you know, he's gonna have a day job too. Working class pro.
Yeah. 95.
If you've had your name on the board, you're pro.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm stoked.
I think it's an awesome thing though, like, cause some people want to be pro. When I was young and I found out that they were pros, that was something I aspired to be.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
It's like cool. It's cool to get the board. It's cool to like work towards something, and it doesn't always happen for everyone. So when it does happen, like, sick. First board.
Second board, actually.
Second board.
Yeah,
really.
he drew my first one, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Brother drew your first pro model.
It came out a couple years ago. Both graphics I thought of the concept.
Yeah.
Really inspired with the World Industries, like the early stuff, like all the messed up graphics, like the accidental death board and like the Nodus. I guess that's 101, but same distribution, right?
Yeah.
The crazy devil upside down board.
Yep.
Yeah. Favorite board graphic. Like all those ones that kind of have some shock value, I'm stoked on.
Pushing the boundaries.
And when I had the first opportunity to do a board with WeirdWood, I was like, man, I gotta think of something original, maybe like a little shocking. And I thought a circus, but like everything going wrong would be a cool concept. So there's
I saw your first board.
Yeah, there's like a trapeze artist, like not catching the other trapeze artist and giving him double middle fingers. All the animals are loose and killing the crowd, and there's a lady breathing fire, and inside the fire says Nick Santos.
Yeah.
Jason does.
And she's also he drew this. She's also throwing knives on a guy, like spinning around, but hitting him in the chest. And I think there's like the ringmaster, like just freaking out, not knowing what to do, and there's just a clown like sitting in the corner, like, just like bummed out. And it came out really good. And Jeff Wheeler actually drew this most recent board.
Yeah.
But both times it's kind of, you know, shout out.
Killed it.
Yeah, killed it. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you very much. Fucking
he always kills it.
Stoked. And he just got in the most recent issue of Thrasher if anyone wants to check that out. It's pretty dope. Guy's awesome.
Making art for skateboarding is sick.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's a dream come true, man. I'll tell you. Like growing up, I always wanted my art on boards, and like Rob Kendall, he made my dream come true.
Shout out Rob.
A few times.
Gee.
Yeah,
shout out Rob as much as possible.
Yeah, dude.
No, congrats to both you guys.
Thank you.
That's a double win. I like double wins. Brothers with double wins, dude. Love it.
Really stoked.
You guys, all right. You guys ever get into a fight?
Good question, man.
Because you're both pretty big.
I used to treat Nick like shit when we were younger, and I'm so thankful that he's forgiven me.
He looks like a little shit, though.
Dude, oh yeah.
He could have been a little shit.
And I always try to say to brothers, like, dude, like, they're brothers forever.
The answer to your question is no, we've never been in a fight. Our parents taught us not to, you know.
Well, we used to play like Power Rangers.
Yeah, and I think one time
I fractured your arm once doing that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Take that.
We must have been
Eskimo.
kids.
Feud.
But
I'll
the
do it
only
again,
thing I remember is we were having like a pillow fight or something like that, and he like swung and I ducked and hit my face off the corner of the arm of the couch, and I had to go get like some dissolvable stitches.
I got one. We were playing with golf clubs in the driveway, and Nick goes to swing, and I accidentally lets go.
Oh, 2-iron?
He gets this wrong. Okay, so at the time...
Oh, it wasn't an accident?
No. At the time, we were doing construction to the house, so our front yard was just all sand.
Yeah.
And we're, you know, for like an hour hitting golf balls. I think they weren't even real golf balls. They weren't going that far, you know, because we lived in the neighborhood.
We found these golf clubs for free.
So we're like, you know, playing, and I'm up to hit the ball and fucking go to backswing, and because the club got all
Sure.
whatever used and sandy or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
It went. It just flew across the street and fucking clipped him right in the face.
It's like beeline from right above my eye. I got
But
lucky.
also, in my defense,
Got very lucky.
he's just standing there watching the club
I mean,
all the way across the street.
it's
dude.
amazing throw.
Yeah.
I would have been watching too, like, what is that? Oh!
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, oh,
Ugh.
that was coming at me?
Oh,
But
dude,
that was a good
brothers out
for
there,
sure.
like, skate with your brother and just like, dude, it's like one of your best friends right there.
Yeah.
You know?
My brother skates.
Hell yeah.
He's my younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam the Shredder. He's in Australia, actually.
What's up, Sam?
Cool.
Yeah,
Australia.
shout out to my brother
What up,
Sam.
Sam?
And I once broke one of his boards. I was like, please let me use your board. I won't break it. Dude, heel flip 3-stair. Like, second try, broke it. Made him cry.
Oh.
Bummer.
Yeah. Suck on that, Sam. Suck. Nah, then after that, I hooked him up. Anytime I got free stuff, I was like, here, Sam, need a board? And he didn't even want to take it half time. Like, here.
Cool.
Like, but my brother still shreds, too. We might have gotten into some fights, nothing I can remember, but me and my sister would fight.
Yeah.
My sister Leah would, she's like around the same age as me, and she's tough as hell. She liked to fight me. We would fight.
Yeah.
She one time pushed me into a tub, and I fell backwards, clipped my leg, hit my head, ding, like knocked me out.
no.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Another time, actually I have one with my brother. It's kind of a similar story to yours. It was a seashell though, not a golf club. We were down in Florida, and I was trying to throw it in his direction at the tree to smash it, and he's, like you said, he's just standing there.
Yeah.
And I threw it at the tree, but he was like to the right, and it's just like a seashell, so it like arced. Saw,
Ooh.
eyebrow, stitches, dissolvable stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
butterfly.
how you doing? Like, oh. And I was like, he was freaking out, and I was like, hold on, let me see. We don't have to tell mom. We don't have to tell mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe we do.
Yeah.
Tried to talk him out of it, and then I was like, no, maybe we definitely do.
Yeah. I'm not getting away with this.
Yeah. And me and my sister would just go at it. She was tough, and she'd pull my hair. When I had her, she would like pull it and not let go, and I'd have to like would slam around. She was tough though. My dad taught her how to fight as much as me, you know, and she was a brute. Leah, come at me nowadays, bro.
Getting a ring.
Yeah.
Nowadays, her little dogs are just vicious. She's got a little like teacup chihuahua thing. She has 2 of them, and dude, you go in there, they think they run that house, but they come right at you. You
got a couple little rascals here too.
Yeah.
Do they get along, the dogs?
Yeah, Elle just humps her.
With your
Emma.
sister's dogs, have you ever met?
Oh, no, that's my lady.
No, the chihuahuas and stuff.
Oh, no, my other sister. I'm sorry. Yeah, my sister Leah has chihuahuas. Then my sister Heidi, she has Elwood's mom.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my sister got Angel. Angel is Elwood's mom. Angel was bred, and we got one of her puppies.
Nice.
So Elwood still knows his parents. And then Emma is like a rescue, and so they're different in attitude. Elwood's like kind of pampered and
Pedigree.
soft. Yeah, and then Emma's just kind of grimy still. Like she'll go fight something, you know.
But she must be pretty stoked.
She's so
Yeah.
lovable.
I think
intense
that's,
amount of love that comes from that dog. You guys had the dog with you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
My parents
you got
always,
like a big ass, like that's like
well,
a
it's
big,
my girlfriend's dog, but
you had
and she actually found Dixie. Well, she didn't find Dixie.
Dixie found her.
Yeah, her coworker Dixie like showed up at the back of the kitchen one day,
yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, cool! Like I have a puppy now," but couldn't really take care of it, so Sophie kind of just adopted it. But you know, whether it's a dog living on the streets trying to get something to eat or just adopting a dog, I've definitely noticed a difference with all the dogs that I've met in my life. They are so thankful that you're there to be taking care of them, and they're way more stoked than if you just get some dog that's kind of there's a difference. Like they know that if you weren't there, life would be a little different.
There's a little depth to
they've gone through some shit.
There's more depth to their emotional character because they like Emma had her throat ripped open before us.
Oof.
That's my girl like got her from the pound, and then like she was healed up, but she just has this gnarly scar. Like it's like 4 or 5 inches under her little neck, and like I can just tell she's just like, and she didn't have a house, she was in a pound, so it's like they just have a different range of emotional feelings, you can tell, whereas Elwood's just like he's happy all the time. He doesn't like we taking care of him, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Pampered, like, he doesn't know like
he's
the
had that
streets.
good. He's had that
He's
good
not
life.
feral.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
not. Where like actually the other day in my backyard, I was telling you guys today, I was inside and I let my dogs go out back, and I just hear yip 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 yip, and I look out and it's like a fucking action movie. Elwood's running full speed with his long hair, dachshund hair, and he's running towards me. Like, and it's in slow mo, and all I see behind him is this big round mound, and it's we have a groundhog that like outweighs Elwood by like a lot. You know, it's bigger than him,
Yeah.
and he's running in like slow mo, and this thing's lumbering after him, and I was just like, holy shit! So I run out my back door, and Elwood runs right by me into the house, and I run up to this groundhog, and it just stops and like postures up, and I'm like, we call him Greg, so I was just like, Greg. Get the fuck out of here, Greg. Go. Like, what are you going to do? And he's just like, I got really nervous because I was like, maybe it's rabid. Because this groundhog's never went after Elwood before. But Elwood must have just got way too close, or maybe it's having babies or something. But it just stood there and looked at me, and I was like, okay, it doesn't have rabies because it didn't look like it was foaming or nothing. But it was just like, didn't want to move. I was like, this thing's not afraid of me right now. Like, it wants to fight, or it's like, and then I was just kept being, I picked up a stick, I was like, get, and it backed up a little, and then it took like one look where it didn't look at me, and then when it realized I wasn't gonna do anything at that point, it could kind of tell, it like scuttled back, but it like took a while. We had a Mexican standoff in my backyard with a beaver or whatever, groundhog. It was intense, dude. Little Elwood just such a bitch about it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's such a bitch though. Sometimes Elwood will just, he's so little and pampered that if you move near him, he's like, ah! You're like, Elwood, dude, what is your problem? He's soft. Elwood is the definition of soft. Unless you get him playing basketball with his ball, he'll rip it all day. So off the dogs, but back to the pro model. It's with WeirdWood. Maybe tell me a bit about WeirdWood. Did you guys go to Robstock too for low card?
I haven't made it. He's at least been to the ramp, but I don't remember. Last year I had tickets to go see the Descendants.
Nice.
And I wanted to, I was like, I bought these tickets months ago. Like, I want to go. It was in Portland, so I could like go to the show, and I'm home. So it was way better than fucking driving 3 hours to go skate to camp. That whole process. I just didn't really feel like doing it.
Yeah.
The time before that, I always work weekends. That shit's always on a weekend. It's hard to fucking get the time off, especially during the summer. Maybe this year, we'll see.
I want to go this year.
Yeah, I want to go, but like,
it's dangerous.
I'm once again working weekends, and it sucks.
Well, how did you link up with WeirdWood originally?
So our dad's has been friends with Rob for a while, and then Eric made the connection. Well, Rob's always been building stuff on his property. Now he's upgraded to concrete over the past couple of years, but he used to have this whole wooden.
What's Rob's last name?
Kendall,
that's right.
Yeah. He had this whole wooden everything.
He had
crazy.
He had crazy.
Property. He's
on his property.
Too, right?
Yeah. South Berwick?
North
Berwick, sorry.
He had a crazy like wall ride loopy thing I saw.
Oh yeah.
They brought it to Surfest for sale.
Yeah. We had to cut that thing apart, put it in a truck, and drive it.
Pieces.
It was a 3/4 pipe, so it's essentially a full pipe, but without a top.
Yeah,
that's like breaking
3/4.
Yeah, that's what it was. That thing was intense.
Crazy sick.
Yeah.
But so Rob builds a bunch of shit out of concrete. He's got some pools. He's got the newest thing, and my favorite thing now is the Sea Creature Park, which is a bunch of sea creatures that are skatable.
Wow.
And, like mixed with tranny and like weird. It's like a weird course, but there's a flounder, a seahorse, a whale. Is there something that I'm missing? He just made like a narwhal bench thing.
There's a bunch
of mermaids. Yeah. And he's gonna make like a shark thing. But it's all skatable and like this crazy little course.
Like a little plaza type thing with all these creatures.
But it's
like weird little transition. Like
it's hard to explain.
Yeah,
I've never skated anything
It's something
like
completely unique.
That's awesome.
And right now he's building, because the course kind of just ends, but he's gonna continue it.
Nice.
But right now he's building like this lighthouse wall ride, where the tranny starts as concrete, but then it goes to these big stones, and he's layering all these stones like kind of like a walkway that you'd see like up to someone's house, but it's going up. So this wall ride is just going to be like this gnarly rock wall ride thing that's super tight and go like definitely super vert. You know, it's crazy.
You're gonna get whipped.
But it's going into like this lighthouse thing that you could sit under on the narwhal bench that he just made, facing the kidney bowl that's in his backyard.
Damn.
Yeah, it's so
single
extreme.
pour with all pool coping, real pool coping.
That thing's fun. It's like 3 feet and 4.5
or 5 or something.
Yeah, something. It's small,
but still,
tight,
that's
and
a good height.
fun.
No,
dude, you
gotta
gotta
come
come
out.
out.
It's so crazy.
Bring the crew, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And might have to add it on the thing because we do Rob stock and then motion and like just add it in.
His house is like a museum too, because he's been collecting boards forever.
It's incredible.
To the point of like, oh, Rob, can I grab a glass of water? He's like, yeah, glasses are right there, and you have to grab like some skateboard that's wrapped in plastic still, and like probably worth some money just to open the cabinet to get a glass of water. It's pretty cool. And he's got a basement he's got a bowl in his basement, and he has a 7-foot half pipe with a 9-foot extension, a 4-foot wooden mini ramp. The half pipe's also wooden, and he has the 3/4 pipe.
And he's got a really sick bowl, like complex bowl snake run thing. And it has like real bricks from the Boston City Hospital banks.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, dude.
Those
and there's
things are
like
iconic. The red ones, the volcano ones,
Yeah.
Charlie Wilkins and stuff.
Yeah. There's also these like glass like squares, like 3 of them. I think there's 2 or they're like death boxes. It's like 2 or 3 kind of set up, but inside the glass there's blue lights, so at night you can turn those things on, and it adds to the session a little bit.
Sounds sick.
But also he has lights for the whole thing, so at night you can still totally session. That's pretty rad.
Wow.
Yeah, Rob's the man.
He
He's
really
just turning
is.
his house into a skate park.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
I first started hanging with Rob a lot, like more than just like going to skate with our dad. Like he was moving like a bowl from northern Maine, like that was in a shed. And I like helped him move like all day and all night, and like we just hung out. And he eventually like started wanting to do like a skateboard company, and I kind of helped out with artwork stuff. And like,
how long's WeirdWood been around?
6 or 7 years.
Damn, that's impressive.
2013, so like six-ish years.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's been going for it for a while.
That's rad. And he's found a way to make it work, apparently.
Yeah,
Which is awesome. That's the hardest part, is to find a way
for
to
sure.
find
It's so
people
sick,
that are down.
and it's
know?
just like supporting like your friends and like throwing their name on a board and getting them stoked. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
It's responsibility. That goes back to who the pros are. It's the people that take the responsibility to build up skateboarding and to share it and add to the culture of it, like we were saying. You know,
Precisely.
it could just because we love it, not for profit driven. You
Yeah.
know, although it's
Rob-
nice if you can pay your bills and fucking pay each other to work on skateboard shit too.
Yeah,
But
and
like that's not
Rob
the main motivation.
Rob loves skateboarding so much.
Clearly.
I feel like every time I go hang out with the dude, and you know he's talking to you about some board on the wall, I'm just like, man, I don't know if there's anyone else in New England that would know what you just said to me. Like, he just drops the knowledge, and it's just like, whoa.
That's like my friend.
It's so crazy.
Where we ate today, Craig Paiva, he owns No Problemo, that Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah.
He's a skateboarder. He rode for Solstice. He's like a legendary dude in New Bedford, and he's like that. He collects all these old graphics. Like he was nerding out on skating before I even knew what skating was, you know. And he's the dude like that too. Where
Somebody's got to keep track of it.
Yeah, it's history.
Yeah, he's that dude though, like you said, where it's like you don't even really know what he told you, but you know it was heavy, you know. And then you tell someone, and they're like, yeah. It's like they're impressed. You're like, oh yeah. It's like a world of skating I didn't know. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So that's cool. How'd you guys link up originally? Just did you have to send a sponsor me tape?
So I
Because you don't just happen to
through him. I just started skating the property more often, and then one day Eric was like, "Yo, Rob wants you on the team," and I was like, "Okay, that sounds awesome." But I was also coming off of my first ankle surgery, so it was kind of like, I think he was probably stoked. I got hurt and kind of was like, "You're getting better. You want to be on the team and get free boards."
Like good time.
Good time. Like
he doesn't have to invest a bunch because you're healing it, but he's backing you and you're skating. Like.
So he ended up having to not that he was investing a lot, but I remember a couple years ago because no one else on the team really jumps down shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty transitionally inclined. And
well, with the name like WeirdWood, you can do whatever.
Yeah, you can do whatever. But I like jumping down stuff.
Whatever, get weird, bro.
I like jumping down stuff every once in a while.
Me too.
And it's fun. It's
Preach to the choir,
definitely
bro.
exciting. But at one point, Rob was like, "Yo, dude, I gotta slow down on giving you boards because in the past 6 months, everyone else on the team has gone through 4 to 6 boards, and you've gone through over 15.
Yeah, you're
He's just like you're like it's not like you're on the team. Don't worry, I'll keep giving you boards, but like I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Well, that's when people like supplement with like shop boards.
Yeah,
or,
and shout out Tom Long, Long's Board Shop. Just closed down actually a couple months ago. It's not around anymore.
But when it was around,
when it was around, Tom hooked it up. He was the fucking man.
You came to New England because
yeah,
of
dude.
him. Yeah.
He would, man. I can't say enough good stuff about Tom, but when we would go into the shop series of the contest, he would he'd pick 3 riders. He'd drive us up. He'd be like, "You guys are good. You don't have to pay for gas." Drive us up, buy us lunch, pay for our entry fee, buy us dinner, and drive us back.
Wow.
Yeah, he totally, dude. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest shit ever!"
Yeah,
like
supporting
dude,
the community.
And he would throw like 2, 3, or 3 or 4, like a couple contests every year.
Yeah.
Like he always did a Halloween one. He always did a shop anniversary one, and then he did like a game of skate, wooden ramps, like throw a flat bar in the parking lot kind of thing.
Skate jam stuff.
Yeah, skate jam, and like there'd be like a sale going on for like the end of the season kind of shit. And he'd end up giving most of the stuff out, or he always had some goodies. He was always super stoked, and man, he's just the best.
Yeah, it seems like he was trying to help skateboarding.
Yeah, he totally did. He picked some awesome people to be on the team. He always had something going on with. He helped out a lot with the Portland Park expansions, and I think he's still trying to help out with the South Portland Park.
Hell yeah.
But he's the dude showing up to the committees and the meetings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
you need that guy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah,
skate
dude.
park advocacy.
He's the best. He's so rad.
That's awesome. Real quick. Just a shout out to Swift Duck FPV. He kicked in 99 cents for the live stream.
Whoa.
Thanks,
dude.
That's so cool, man.
Send my kids to Harvard.
It frees us up to do this conversation, Like today was epic, dude. I was hyped I got to film with you guys, and you were down to make the drive. How far is the drive?
2.5
hours.
Oh, not
3
too
hours.
bad. That's not too bad.
It's a little slow in my van, but
Van's crushing it though, by the way.
I'm pretty stoked. On the road trip, I started with a 1997 Chevy van.
Yeah.
And it broke down in New Mexico. Cooked. Had to get rid of it. And
what happened though?
The engine blew.
We
were going up this mountain to go to these hot springs, and
nice idea.
Say what?
Good idea.
Yeah.
Hot springs all day.
Awesome. So we ended up after
nude swimming in the hot springs?
No, I wish.
Next time. Next time.
So we tried to make the journey there. Van died. We ended up staying with my girlfriend's aunt and watching their property while they went on vacation and fed their chickens and took care of their dog and cats and stuff.
Did you feed the chickens individually, pick them up, and just like one?
No, they wouldn't.
Handful of seed.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you touch them.
Just everyone not feeding.
But they left us a truck to use to go into town and skate and stuff, and go get pizza or whatever. And one day we went up to the hot springs that we tried to a week ago, whatever. And we get there and it's beautiful, national park, fucking awesome. We get there and it's like lukewarm puddles.
Oh man.
It wasn't even worth going. And it was just
porridge.
what the fuck. I mean, my van probably would have died anyway, but we probably would have gotten like a couple more states maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it was.
But then you wouldn't have had.
But then we would. But yeah. So it kind of. It did work out pretty well because where we broke down, we were still only a couple towns away from their house, so they were able to come pick us up.
Nice.
And give us a place to sleep because.
Man, that would have sucked if you were in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of the desert that we just had to drive through to get there, and just been like it could have been a lot fucking worse.
I applaud you for sending it. Nice.
Yeah, I try to do it every year.
You gotta go for it sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
Sacrifice your car there.
So funny enough, the past out of the past 4 years, I've done 3 road trips with the same intention of going down the East Coast and across the southern border to California.
Nice.
And all of the times something goes wrong.
Zero
I get sick.
success, right?
I get sick, run out of money. Van dies, whatever. And he fucking made it to California before I did.
Wow.
And I've been trying for years, but he just bought a plane ticket.
Smart, dude. It's 2019. We're flying out here.
I had to get away. Yeah.
Where'd you go in California?
Like around the Encinitas.
Yeah.
Our friends, the Syracuses hooked it up.
Shout out.
Let me crash in the shed. And my buddy John drove like 7 hours.
John's the
Monterey
best.
to come
sick.
hang out with me
Damn.
and drive me around in his van.
That's sick.
Yeah, dude, and we just hit parks and parks and parks. Oceanside was like the craziest one, I'd say.
I've never been, but I've seen all the
dude,
videos.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, the California's on another level out there.
Yeah.
I remember going out there when I was younger, and it was everything I thought it would be. Like now because skating's been in the culture so much longer out there that it's like that's what you're like always wish it would be. You go out there, everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Everyone's ripping.
The parks are pristine. It's crazy.
It's insane. But they're lacking the shittiness of the East Coast.
Yeah,
the crusty cracks and the weather. Gift and a curse, my friends.
Makes you appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Must be nice to be able to skate 12 months out of the year.
I know, dude.
We get 3.
I love where I'm at because I lived in Cali for 2 years and I chose to move back to the East Coast. I got what I wanted and then I was like, I just kind of miss back home. I miss the people that whatever.
That's why I come back every year. Like Maine's home. I got all the friends. My family's there. The only thing that's a bummer every time I come back because I skate gnarly parks the entire time that I'm there, and then I come back and I'm just like, this place sucks. I'm so happy that places like Boston and Nashua are here now because at least I can be like, I'll go for the day. Awesome.
It's possible to get to without having to float
exactly. But I mean, I love Old Orchard Beach. It's awesome, but dude,
if that's your only thing, you're gonna want to go somewhere else.
And the parks that I would skate
that's normal
were on maybe not California level, but for me it was on a different level.
Well, you got to go to the one in Austin. The
Houston. Have you been to the Houston park?
Houston.
No.
Yeah.
Houston, no.
It's the biggest free outdoor concrete skate park in the country.
Do you just get lost there?
Kinda.
Yeah. I bet.
They have 6 pools. One of them has a 13-foot deep end and a 20-foot full pipe.
Holy.
And then every obstacle you can fucking imagine streetwise, they got a double set with a kink rail and out ledges and tight tranny fucking doorways, bunch of ledges, every learning how to do a handrail to the next one. They got a remake of the what is it, Jimi Hendrix High School, those weird sediment rails.
Oh yeah,
right, you know what I'm talking about? The Baker dudes.
Nolan Johnson skates them a lot. They're
they're like this, and then rounded off at the top,
kind of
and
in California.
Yeah.
It's
is it?
I think it's in Seattle.
I do know it. I do know it.
Yeah.
Are they sand color sort of?
Yeah.
They're rounded and they're flat on the sides.
Yeah.
I think people did wall rides down the rails maybe too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy shit happened though. They had a smaller
shit.
one and a bigger one, right?
I think so.
It might be the same spot.
I'm pretty sure we're thinking about the same thing. But but for the people that out in the internet world that know what I'm talking about for
someone
sure.
Can correct us.
Someone can correct us in the comments.
Don't though.
Yeah.
I'll come after you.
But they have a recreation of that. They have 2 snake runs. A snake run. I think it's 2. And
just 2.
Just 2.
Man.
Yeah, but one is you start at the end of the street area and you go by 3 or 4.
Fuck your
5 different pools through the snake run.
Wow.
And then that ends, but then on the other side of the deep end of the snake run, you could hop out and just drop into another snake run.
Yeah.
It's It's the best skate park
I'd
I've
start a
ever fucking
gang,
been
a
to.
snake run gang. Like,
The-
fuck
the-
your
the-
snake run, ours is better, bro.
Bring back localism.
The only bummer is you have to wear a helmet, which, I mean, I'll throw on a fucking helmet to skate that place because it's insane.
Yeah.
And they do have, like, staff. Like, they put some money into it. And they have staff. They have, you know, you got to sign a waiver. You get, like, these little laminated cards so you can just be like, yeah, you know, I've already done this. And they'll just wave you through. But, like,
that's strange.
I'm
concept.
okay with that because that place is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's cool. I like hanging out and having a beer at the skate park and whatnot. I won't there because
you have to wear a
it's so
helmet.
sick, dude.
Drinking a beer with a helmet's funny.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's actually even the best time to do it because you're already protected. You
Yeah,
got a helmet on, you're drunk. You can take some blows, dude.
I usually wear a helmet.
Nice.
Yeah.
My
Oh
friend,
yeah, you were wearing a helmet today.
Not today. I wanted to look cool in front of
Street
Anthony.
skater.
You know?
Whoa.
he did. If
Really?
you asked me, I was like, kid looks pretty cool.
Sick.
Do you normally? I feel like you do.
Yeah. Almost all the time. Yeah.
Why?
Safety's sake. I don't know. I don't really hit my head at all, like ever.
I've hit my head
But
3
it's
times.
like, fuck.
But none of them have been like bad.
Kids collecting
Dude,
them.
One
you're lucky you haven't,
one
gone
hospital
brain
is
dead,
it? Yeah, it was whatever.
Dude, I heard a horror story. This dude's like just riding like with his dog like down the street,
Yeah.
hits a crack and hits his head, and like, you know, his brain starts just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. They had to take a big chunk out of his brain.
Yeah.
And like he's like fucked up forever. Like
My
just
friend-
because he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, things happen. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes that could you could walk out tomorrow and get hit by lightning. You know,
Yeah.
you'd be like, well, can't protect yourself from lightning.
Well,
I
dude,
shouldn't have been holding the umbrella.
all
but-
these dudes that are fucking skating without helmets keep hitting their heads.
I know it's
And it's
crazy.
like it's gonna be like football or like
Yeah,
WWE
who's that
level
dude,
like brain damage, and they're gonna start like
Well, see,
losing
that's
their minds,
the
you know?
Olympics. Are they going to have
Yeah.
helmets? That's the question.
Oh, yeah,
Are they
true.
going to have helmets? Because I feel like they should. I think the Olympics is a good thing because it'll just contrast the difference between what they do and what I do on a skateboard. And thank you, so different, so
They're
different.
not gonna get it right. That's for
They're
sure.
gonna they're gonna put a helmet on them, and that's fine. I mean, because they're gonna be doing fucked up things.
Synchronized skateboarding.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, dude. There
If
you
someone
go.
wants
I
to
think
juggle,
I think it
let's
should just be a race,
go. Yeah.
like just pushing.
With-
like,
Yeah.
like just go around the circle.
Who's the
That'd
Usain
be
Bolt
so
of
sick.
skateboarding?
Yeah.
The fastest
That'd be awesome.
skateboarder on the planet. that
Yeah,
can
that'd be
push.
so cool.
Yeah, pushing. Dude,
Yeah.
that was a really good
That's
idea.
good.
We should start our own Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can wear a helmet.
Who's that
We
dude?
don't have to, but you can if you want. It's fun.
By choice.
Yeah.
Who's that Pedro dude that just got on Death Wish?
Delfino.
Yeah,
Right?
his last part, or
He's
2
gnarly.
parts ago,
Yeah.
there's like 2 clips of him just getting knocked the
Death
fuck
Wish.
out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so gnarly.
The brand's like getting real serious when that happens. You're like, Death
Oh,
Wish is
yeah.
a solid name, and
Yeah.
when people are dying, be careful. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, wait, so, yeah, careful. You know, I agree. There's a fine line. I agree, but I've been reckless. Like when I was pro, I skate 20 stair rails. I could have got. It was assessed risk though.
Mhm.
That's half the rush is being like, all right, I've worked my way up to the commit where like this could go right or wrong, and if it goes right, like the clip's gonna be sick.
Yeah, yeah.
After black, my ender, like this tail slide in a ditch in Australia is a big ass like mountain ditch, crusty as shit. Zared fell down it trying to trick, and his shoe came off. The whole bottom of his sock shredded off. That's how raw it was.
Oh.
And you just had to slide down this crusty ass sandy bank. I did like a tail slide off the end, and it was that. I was like, I'm either just gonna like, cause I was out of like breath and like, oh, it was way hot and fucking end of the rope try, you know, like slammer make style. It's like half of that's the fun in it.
You ever
I've
get
also
knocked out skating?
I've never got knocked out, but I've had staples.
Yeah.
And and the damage took so much longer. See, like they don't in skateboarding. What we don't have is any like health awareness, or we didn't. You know, like people should tell you they don't even consider it like something serious for a long time. You know, when I was growing up,
yeah.
people thought we were delinquents. Let alone that hey, these kids are doing amazing shit with their bodies and their minds, and like the complications and like the assessed risk and everything that it takes the heart with skateboarding. You know, so like we don't have that. There's some things that's good about that, I guess, but. I still don't. I wouldn't want to be in the Olympics. It's too much. Unless it was a pushing Olympics.
Yeah,
And then
that'd
I've
be
already
sick.
lost those.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
But I'd
I'll
like to
root
watch that.
I think I was right on the edge of like health professionals being like, oh, it's just a kid riding a skateboard, and then nowadays I feel like if you go, they'll be like, oh,
They take it more
that's
serious.
yeah, it's more serious. I think I was on the just on the edge because I remember going to my first physical therapist for my first ankle surgery.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh cool, you skateboard, blah blah blah. Okay, go. And then I had to go back and had the same physical therapist, and then went back again and had the same physical therapist. But like every time I'd go, he'd be like, oh, like since you were gone for the past year or two, like more people are showing up like doing crazy shit on their skateboards.
Yeah.
Like it clicked in his mind that he was like, whoa, it's not what I thought originally.
Yeah.
You know? But I think that also probably comes with it being televised and there being a more mainstream appeal to it. Just having people just seeing it,
Yeah.
But it could have. I don't know if that was for the whole facility that I was at for physical therapy, or if maybe it was just that one guy that just happened to get a couple skateboarders in.
Yeah.
And at least we changed his mind.
It makes sense. Skateboarding's kind of sunk into culture now. It's like all different people from all different walks skate, so people are more open-minded. We're all connected more, whether like it's not like there's podcasts about skateboarding now, so you can hear.
I've noticed.
Like this before but you know what I mean? Before they could just be like, they're a bunch of punks, fucking whatever, And now it's like
before
there's
it was like
examples of
zines
people that like have grown up and still, excuse me, been a responsible person and a great skateboarder, And like now they take like Tony Hawk is like that example for those people, For a long time, it was just like, you're the next Tony Hawk. That's what their thing. That was the only skateboarding they know.
Yeah, do a
kickflip. It still is.
But since then, mainstream skateboarding has got to meet the Felper and Thrasher because they did all that like stuff in Jackass. Remember Jackass too? Stuff was kind of tough because it's not as sustainable because they're hurting each other.
Yeah, I know people that don't skate and they were like, yeah, I saw this dude like with glasses and must have been like really big in the skate scene. Like, I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, man. It's crazy now. So it's like, it's cool though. There's grandpas who shred, That's sick. Because I'm not mad at that because I feel like I want to be a grandpa who skates someday, Like that's a privilege to get to that point.
Yeah.
To be 70 and still rolling somehow.
I'll be pretty stoked. If at the very least, my plan is to make it to 52, which I think is pretty easily achievable.
Why such a precise number?
Because since I started when I was 2, if I'm still skating,
years?
Yeah, because
wow, that sounds nice.
Right? It sounds nice. Like, oh, you skateboard? Yeah, I've been skateboarding for 50 years.
Wow.
Like, sounds a little bit cooler than being like, oh, I've been skated for 20 years.
Well, you just got me sparked, man. I'm trying to outdo you.
Yeah.
Competition stuff. I'm getting spandex.
I mean, dude, Tony Alba's still skating. He's like
salty.
60 in his early 60s.
Skating to the graves, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's still killing it.
That's the thing about skateboarding is it takes so much to actually do it. That's why when I meet skateboarders, I'm like, you kind of know them.
Oh, dude, instant connection.
Yeah, because you're like, if they really skateboard, you're like, the same hours they spend.
They don't even say anything. They're just
battles.
Like, what's up? My name's.
Yeah.
That's it.
We look at the world differently. Like even riding in a car, like you look for spots.
Yeah.
Where someone might just be bored looking out the window. Or like, what's around the next corner? What's around
to
that
some
building?
of my friends that don't skate. Like, Nick, why are you looking around? It's like, I'm trying to find something to skate.
Yeah.
But we're like in this random town. It's like, yeah, I know. like there's something. You guys don't see it.
Why is he tweaking? You're just back there, skate spot, like skate dars going up, dude.
Yeah.
That's what happens to me. I'm like sitting there.
It sucks when you're driving.
Feels like there's a spot. Feels like there's a spot.
That spot sense is tingling.
Try behind this building. I don't know why. You go back there, nothing. Damn it.
Go to the next one.
I do that, and we get lost for like hours just driving in industrial parks and shit. Like, fuck, we're gonna find something. Nothing. Then maybe you find. Then when you find one, you're like, all right, we gotta do this another day.
Little crusty loading dock bank, like
keeps the hype alive.
Yeah.
There's something. That's awesome. Shit. Anything we covered? Anything we didn't cover?
I want to give a big shout out, huge shout out to Rain Skates.
Yeah.
It's our wheel sponsor. They're out of Alaska.
What?
Best fucking wheels.
Best wheels ever.
Yeah, best wheels
That's
ever.
Rad.
They're super sick. BJ Morrell's the Instagram team manager guy.
Nice.
Dude rips, super nice.
Yeah,
fucking
Pete Halverson, he hooks up.
Oh yeah,
Pete
Halverson,
so awesome.
That's rad, man.
Dude, it's like unbelievable.
In Alaska.
Yeah.
Did they get a dividend? Did they get Alaska oil money? You gotta ask.
Maybe.
them.
I don't know. We haven't made it out there yet to go hang out with Pete. So
see what the
maybe
oil's
in the future.
like out there.
But they've been hooking it up for us for the past couple of years. We're team riders.
That's cool.
And it's It's been awesome. I've been riding their wheels for way longer than I've been on the team.
Yeah.
Probably close to 10 years.
That's
Just like being like, oh, these wheels are sick. This is what I'm gonna ride now.
Hell yeah.
And I think Eric sent our first parts from the first WeirdWood video and was like, hey, this is my brother and I, blah 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 blah. Check us out. And they were like, cool, we'll send you some wheels, whatever. We were stoked. We were like, dude, we made it.
Yeah.
And then
That's sick.
and then they finally got an Instagram a couple years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. They've been around for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Finally getting an Instagram.
They're moving
And
into
they're
digital.
making moves, you know?
Yeah.
And they started
Main
posting
time.
pictures, being like, "Oh, BJ Morrill, team rider, like this trick." And then one day, I think I was posted first, and it was like team rider Nick Santos, blah 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 blah. And I called Eric and was like, "Dude, did you see the rain skates post?" And like we were all like, there was no, "You want to ride for us?" It was like they weren't really hooking anyone up.
Yeah.
So they had whoever they were hooking up at the time.
They had like Brad Edwards, rest in peace, Brad.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brad Edwards.
R.I.P. my friend.
And
That dude was unreal. Dude,
yeah,
riding like a 40-inch longboard in pools, doing backside bonuses and stuff.
Whoa.
Dude, he was such
That
a
sounds
genuine and
wild.
awesome dude.
Yeah.
Like everywhere he went, like dude, like just spreading the love of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And surfing,
Rad dude.
and dude,
That's rad.
He was an incredible person.
You need legends like that.
Yeah.
Spark the fire. Yeah, that's awesome. Now you should work on some like promo or something. Turn pro promo for the wheels. Like
I did a bunch of filming last summer, and I have a couple minutes of footage.
Nice.
And we're gonna be coming out with a second WeirdWood video
real
soon.
Just got put into production.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout.
it's a good feeling to have something to aim at and work
Yeah.
towards.
Well,
Because sometimes you don't have something and you're aimless, but when someone's like, "Hey, let's make this project," you're like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
But I'm gonna film more this summer, and hopefully, I should have a full part again
yeah,
at the end of the summer. I don't really know what I'm doing with it. It's kind of like I'm gonna be 24 at the end of this week, so it's like if I'm gonna jump down some shit, I should jump down some shit right now.
Yeah, just warm up first. That's all I said.
Yeah,
warm
right.
Up,
Stretch. I've
and
been
then
stretching
get
a
there.
lot. It's
Yeah.
important.
I'm
It
still
feels
like,
better.
you gotta find the line and then you toe the line. Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes go wrong, but you gotta make sure that you're sharp is whenever you're assessing risk. So. But dude, get that part.
I'm pretty stoked on it so far.
24 is a good age to be taking some slams.
Yeah.
I was doing that. 24, 26, 28.
I've never had
slams.
I've never had footage and been like, cool, like let's continue working on it, because
Yeah.
the first WeirdWood video and the second one, it was kind of like we were always filming, you
Yeah.
know, and it was just like, cool, let's throw a part together. You know, it was like good times. We'd go out every once in a while, but most of it's like we're sessioning, someone's filming, and it's a lot more loose, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The WeirdWood videos, like they come together so organically, and everyone's got a different style. And it's
Yeah.
really cool.
yeah,
It's nice because you guys are all working on stuff and then you just form like Voltron.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
different flavors and spices and
Yeah,
they fit.
and
That's how
it's weird. It all just fits so nicely. It's awesome.
we did that with Fibro when I used to ride for them. It was like a weird collective of people from different areas that all loved skating and were ripping in their own way. And then they would form together and like make a project with whatever people were working on,
Hell yeah.
There's multiple different ways to do it, but like that's a cool way to do it.
yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, we've been working on Good Eye recently, and that's been like 3 years in the making.
It's
and
the new
it's
All I
like,
Need one?
yeah,
Hell
in
yeah.
June, the next first, I think the 7th, 8th, 14th, 15th, something like that. It's be on our Instagram, but
Cool.
it's finished pretty much. Like it's going into production for the DVDs, and then we have 4 premieres coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah, super excited. But that was like, that one was a little different because we were all filming for stuff like you were saying, and then about halfway, like a year in, we were like, let's just work on this video. So it was like 2 years fully of just like, we're filming for Good Eye,
Yeah.
And that's a fun experience too, when you know what you're working at and you know the people in it, and everyone's like, yeah, we started from the beginning, and let's see what everyone gets in the span of time, So that's kind of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm happy that people are out there filming video parts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because like that's something that if we don't do, then it dies,
It's great to document, because like not only can you like look at it and like learn from what you're doing and like try to do tricks differently or better,
Yeah.
but like you can inspire people, like
Yeah.
people watching your videos want to learn your tricks, or like
especially nowadays where like everything's so fast serving. Like everything's up online, it's gone in a day. Online, gone. It's nice to take some time, a chunk of time, and really work at something, and then craft something, and then put it out. You can always put out stuff every day or whatever too, you know, like, but it's fun to like hold out and work on something and see what it can become. You know?
Doesn't get lost in like all the madness.
Yeah, it's rad.
A lot of times, stuff that I film, it's kind of like, I know I'm not going to want to do this again.
Yeah.
So I probably should film it. Because I'm definitely not going to be like, oh, I did this once. Like, maybe we should go session that spot again for whatever reason. Or, like, try to film it or shoot a photo after I already did it. It's like, fuck that. I'm gonna go film it like once and then probably not do it again.
Especially if it's for like a video part, it's not the easiest shit because that's why you're going to try.
Yeah, you want to go
to something new.
Yeah, you're pushing yourself.
Huck your corpse down some stairs or something.
Yeah, a little bit. Or you're gonna be at a mani pad for 4 hours because you're trying the hardest mani trick you've ever tried because you're trying to push it.
Yeah,
like, it's come to this. Fuck. That's how my mani tricks end. I'm not the greatest at manis.
Dude, me neither, but...
Oh, do you scrape? You ever get called out?
No. If they called me out, I'd be like, so what?
You've never been
whacking wall? Suck it.
There's probably... You never know. Maybe you just had like a perfect career.
I touched on purpose.
I touched on purpose?
Yeah, I touched my
it's part of the trick, dude. Back it up, dude. He rips, dude.
Good. Rip it all you want, bro. Don't come at me. Calm the fuck down, bro. He's like a bully, like a funny bully.
He's the most jacked skater, dude.
Yeah, I don't really know him, but he's like the ultimate troll, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
I did see a video of that guy like fighting. I think he was fighting. That was some grievance I've had against Mike Vallely. He used to fight people. And then when I was a little kid, I was like, this guy's a dick. He's fighting people. He's like, but he was in the guise of fighting bullies, you know? But I was still like, how many times are you gonna get in a fight? Like, how many bullies are out there? Who are you fighting?
Yeah.
Fire with fire.
He stopped, like, the Mike V I liked was the guy who was, like, driving around the skate parks and, like, getting sparked on skating. And the dude at the demo that came out and, like, did the hardest trick ever just because the hype is real. You know, that was the dude I was. But then I got to CKY from not liking it. And that's fair, right?
We actually went to a demo that he was at one time. And one thing that I thought was sick was kids would put out their hands for high five. But he'd go down and, like, shake everyone's hand instead. I thought that was kind of sick. But he'd skate by and do it. Yeah. So it was just like all the way through.
I always felt like if you met, like I don't know if I met him, but I always felt like if I met him, he'd be alright.
Yeah.
But from outside distance as a kid, it was like, I was
intimidating, like.
Well, I was just into skating for like kind of to get away from like violence and stupid shit, you know. I was like, it's just the time we could all just get along and breathe, you know. He was fighting people. I was like, God damn it.
Was that the same demo with like Dwayne Peters?
Yeah. We went to a 1031 demo at Rye.
Christian Svitek was there.
And Ben Rayborn.
I feel like I was there. I went one time.
At Rye. It was at Rye.
Yeah. Dwayne Peters, Bill Danforth.
Those guys weren't there, but maybe I went another time.
Cyril Jackson.
Cyril,
yeah.
Dude, wow, that was early on before he wrote for Baker and all that.
Baker.
Right?
We saw Dwayne do every trick I've ever seen.
God, that was the best day of my fucking life,
concrete bowl. It was insane.
Those bowls are gnarly.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
It was, and he yelled at one of my tricks. It was pretty high.
Yeah, he gave me one of these too. That was
what did
really
he yell?
Sick.
That's important to me.
So if you remember the big concrete bowl at Rye, it was like a bowled out deep end and then kind of flat wall shallow.
Yep. I do remember.
And or not shallow, medium into a shallow, and the medium was probably like 7 or 8 feet, and then the deep end was like 13.
10.
Yeah, right.
13
is
and
it
10?
Yeah. No way.
The vert ramp's 14. The concrete bowl's 10.
Yeah, but fair enough. 13 and 10 are the same to me. They're both scary.
Well, I was also.
I'm like a 6 foot below.
This was 8 years. I would have been 15 at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I never actually rolled into the deep end of that bowl. I rolled it on the vert ramp at Rye though, which is 14 feet.
That's ridiculous.
But I went to roll into the medium section and kind of like overcompensated my turn, so I ended up rolling in on the hip, like going into the deep end, and just fell all the way and like landed onto the waterfall, like going. So I just fell like 8 feet and just like landed onto the waterfall, and I just hear Dwayne go, "Yeah!" And I was like, but I didn't mean to do it. I was just like, "Fuck!" Like if I kick out my board, I'm just gonna die.
Yeah.
So I just tried to land it and it worked out and it was awesome.
Sick. Yeah, that's an epic moment.
I tore my PCL that day.
God.
Skating that bowl.
And kept skating.
Yeah, I had to keep skating.
Because Dwayne was there, dude.
Yeah.
Dwayne was there. You gotta keep skating, dude.
He fucking was.
It was,
Skate the
it
bowl
was
for
so
another 3
sick.
hours.
Damn, that's a heavy day at Rye.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Best day of my life for sure. Like,
Nice.
favorite skater. I know, and everyone was skating the street course and stuff. And the old street course had a little more training, so they'd be like,
I think Ben Ross was there with us.
yeah, Ben Ross and our dad. And I think that was it. It was just Dwayne, Eric, me, Ben, and our dad.
Damn.
Skating the big bowl.
That's a crazy
Maybe
session.
like 1 or 2 other people like came and went, you know, real
Yeah.
fast. But that was the session,
Yeah.
and it was pretty. I mean, that's
heavy.
pretty much a private session.
Yeah,
in
that's
my
sick.
mind, you know.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you Vacation Land.
Oh,
Tell me about this a little bit.
Yeah, my brother and I are doing a little hardware company thing.
You've been doing it.
Yeah, we've been doing
Yeah.
it.
Because everything I see, I like.
Yeah, yeah. It's
and
like
you
an on
guys
and
hooked
off
me up
thing.
before, like
Yeah.
when I first met you, you're like, check this out. It's
Yeah,
like,
we
so
just
cool.
do some hardware and sponsor our friends and make videos and.
Are there videos out?
We have an
Yeah,
Instagram.
we've got an Instagram. We got
Nice.
a YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
What is it?
Vacation Land Hardware.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's right. What about your personal one?
SkateCat666.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you?
Mine's Nick Santos 12358.
Wow.
Very very original.
Yeah, what's
Nice.
the significance behind that number?
Random?
Just shit.
Nice.
No, actually, I don't know if you guys if you remember. You might be a little too old for this, but people
Damn
out
it.
there might know this.
You
But there was
ages,
there
bro.
was
You ages,
there
bro.
was this computer game called RuneScape that I
Oh, I
played
do remember
when I played it. I played it in like middle school.
It was like for
and,
a desktop, right?
Yeah. It was like a RPG game or
Yep.
whatever. I think it just came back and you can get it on your phone now.
Interesting.
And but my friends at school were playing it and I was like, cool, I'll check it out, and it asked for like a username and I just did Nick.
Nice.
And they were like, oh, that you can't use that, somebody else already has it. You can have Nick and then like this other like these numbers after it, and it gave you a couple options, and I was like, which one can I remember, not knowing that I could just do, you know, try Nick Santos or like anything. And one of them was Nick 12358.
Nice.
And I clicked that. That was my username for that game, and then that has just been like everything.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, and it's easy to remember. I
Yeah.
don't remember stuff well, so.
I'll put it in the description, so if you guys want to check out any of the stuff and any of the ripping, people can go to the description of this and check it out.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. That's awesome.
I meant our channel. but-
Yeah.
Also yours. Also yours.
Dude,
Yeah,
thanks, man.
hit that like icon.
Like and comment on both of our channels.
No,
You've got quite a few channels, eh?
yeah, well, I do All I Need Skate on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then the social media platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
And like I said, I'll put it in the description. I'm just messing with you. No, I'm hyped. Thank you. Today was
Dude,
seriously
thank you,
a
man.
blast. We got the best weather, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it was
perfect.
perfect.
And congrats on the board, man.
Thank you very much.
And
I'm
it's
really
cool.
stoked
And
on
it's
it.
sick that you did some art, and that's rad that happened as well. That's like a big
Thank you.
deal.
Yeah.
Art is the sickest shit too, and it's cool to put in with skateboarding, and then with
Oh,
your brother
dude, I
doing
mean,
his board, and
Creativity and skateboarding, you know, you like make up little tricks and stuff or doodle on a piece of paper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, keep killing it, guys.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
Thanks
Yeah.
so much, man. You too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Later, internet.
dude, hour 41. Phew.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys got the drive though. Now I gotta clean my life up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Today is like Sunday. I've been pretty good though.
All right, we off.
Choo choo choo.
It's hot in here.
Literally sweating under the lights.
Yeah.
No